The following is a presentation of the Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official home for student play-by-play at the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications, and the official broadcast partner of Florida Gators Club Hockey. Now let's take you ringside with Jamie Goldman and Rob Russo. It's Florida Gators Club Hockey on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
The trip from Tallahassee or Gainesville is not an easy one, but when the two teams take the ice, it'll all be worth it. It's the Battle of Jacksonville from VyStar Credit Memorial Arena, UF versus FSU. Hi everyone, Charlie Jones alongside Matt Montalto bringing you today's broadcast on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Two massive foes in ACDC Hockey and College Hockey South taking the ice today. Florida 8-4, FSU 4-2. Two strong opponents in a massive conference matchup. Matt, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's electric so far inside the arena. I'm ready for a great game of hockey tonight.
Well, it certainly will be a great one. UF currently leading ACDC Hockey with a record of 8-4. A couple losses to some higher opponents, D3 and D2 teams, But when they faced FSU in the Battle of the Beach, it was all Noles. 5-3, Seminoles walked away with it off a hat trick from Alex Jensen. That performance landed him an October Stars of the Month recognition from College Hockey South. What will the Gators need to do to limit Alex Jensen's opportunities today, Matt?
Well, they're going to have to play some lockdown defense, make sure they can't allow him to get going. If they do, it's going to be a long night for the Gators. So if they can shut down Jensen, it's going to be smooth sailing for them, hopefully. On Florida's end, they'll be taking the ice in those nice tidal wave jerseys, looking to shut down a potent Noles offense. Jensen, the offensive firepower for them mainly, 8 goals in 6 games. Can they limit him? Well, we'll have to find out. You'll have to stick around and see it here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. We'll step away for a little bit, and then we'll bring you the live coverage of today's game here in Jacksonville.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
What is dementia? Is it the same as Alzheimer's? If someone has memory loss, does that mean they have dementia? Millions of Americans ask these questions every day. Hello, I'm Kevin Jameson, volunteer and president of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with facts about dementia and ways you can keep your brain as healthy as possible. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live your life to the fullest, and we can help.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section and after Dad's back injury. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Trouble with opioids can start at home with unused medicines such as pills, patches, and syrups. You can remove the risk and protect your family. Find out how at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
How's business?
Good. Are you up to speed with the new beneficial ownership reporting requirements?
Sort of. What's it about?
It's a new initiative to help fight crimes like money laundering, fraud, and drug trafficking. A lot of small businesses like ours just have to report some basic info to the federal government about the real people behind them.
Reporting your company's beneficial ownership information is quick, secure, and free, and it helps protect U.S. national security. Learn more at fincen.gov/BOI.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, National Anthem has played, fans are in seats, and we are ready for some AC/DC hockey here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Charlie Jones, Matt Montalto, and our incredible Orange and Blue Sports Network production team bringing you today's broadcast. And it should be a good one, Matt. A great goaltending matchup. On the right for FSU, it's going to be Matthew Silliman. The netminder has been incredible all year, Matt.
He's been good for them. If he gets it going tonight, though, if he needs to start, the Seminoles need to start early, making sure this Gators offense can get good, and Silliman is the right guy to do it. You see him getting ready there, doing his drills there. He looks ready. He looks locked in, and I just want to mention these FSU jerseys. They are clean. The camo whites look like they're honoring the veterans this weekend.
They certainly are. On the left side for Florida, it'll be Brock Olnick between the pipes. Should make for a good defensive matchup as the teams are on the ice, and we are ready for some collegiate hockey action from Jacksonville. It'll be FSU in the white and garnet camo jerseys going right to left. Florida in their tidal wave orange and blue jerseys left to right, and we are underway. Little bit of a scrum on the boards to start action. But now FSU maintains position, looking for their first offensive attack just seconds in.
Not a great start already for the Gators. They need to shut down this line if they can get it.
Jack McGovern looking to run the point offense, but blown up at the moment by Nico Renton of Florida. Giving him some trouble along the side in the bottom left corner. A battle for the puck early on in the Battle of Jacksonville. Florida looking to get control, and they do. John Wang taking it the other way, but robbed there by Jack McGovern. Now Florida looks to set it up again. Zhang looking down ice, no one home. So both teams will get their first shift of the game.
A little bit of dump and shakes action so far. Might see that as a point for Florida's offense this game.
Shot there, no doing. Blocked away by the defenseman of FSU. Now Bodie Duncan with it. A shot, no good. Stifled by FSU. Going the other way now. If they can get it out of their own zone, being stick hacked by Florida. Great job for the Gators, keeping it in their offensive zone. As Matthew Silliman covers up. And some quick, feisty action to start in this minute 30 to start the game.
Yeah, by both teams. FSU early in the period so far, really pressuring Florida. They don't budge, but the Gators sending it the other way, really putting the pressure early is both teams. And Duncan, great effort by him to keep that puck in the O-zone.
FSU wins the faceoff, looking to get it out of their own zone and into the neutral zone. Now skating down the ice. A swarm of Gators there to stop an attack. That was Luke Collins trying to get a shot off, and a host of Gators got in his way. Now going the other way. Florida trying to set up some offense. Quinn Hitchcock bringing into the zone. FSU gets him out quickly. Trying to get something going early on in the Battle of Jacksonville. FSU shuts down a one-man Florida State attack. But they get back into the offensive end. It's Andrew Bremer taking it up. But he's thrown into the boards there.
Good defense along the board so far in this first few minutes of the game.
Ryan Weissman with a solid hit to try and get the Noles out of Florida's defensive zone. Taking up the ice, but stick poked there. Cooper Barno pokes it away, keeping it for an offensive chance for FSU. Shot on goal, stifled away by Brock Olnick, and they'll send it down ice for icing.
Again, these chances early for FSU. They're trying to really put the puck on the net, trying to make Olnick uncomfortable. Unfazed, though. Duncan fired one right from the blue line. Kicked that away pretty easily. And now the offensive draw goes back into the Florida zone.
So FSU right back on the attack. It's Alex Jensen who did the damage for FSU in the 5-3 win over Florida earlier on, and he'll win the faceoff. Now with it behind the net, looking for something, scoops around, but Olnick covers up. Nice job staying aware of what's going on behind him and stops an FSU chance there.
Yeah, that was Jensen again. He's trying to get the goals going early for the Noles so far. Little end around action right there, but Olnick in there to shut him down. Good heads-up play by Olnick to be aware of what's behind him.
So another face-off in Florida's zone. FSU has won the first two, and they'll win this one as well. Max Myhill wins it for him. As FSU looking to get something going. Myhill with it now behind the net. Stopped by two Gators, but can't get it down ice. Now up at the corner, shot blocked. Nice block there from Zarek Zelmansky. He's taking it the other way. A shot off of the shoulder of Matthew Silliman. Back up to the point. Blocked away by Silliman again. Silliman showing the blocker pad early in this one. Batted down by FSU and dumped down ice. Florida keeps control of it though.
Good way to keep the action going for the Gators, making sure that puck stays in the offensive zone.
Stuck behind FSU's net now as a Florida defenseman tries to get in the way and get the puck back, but FSU will keep it behind their net and try and take it up ice now. A good chance for a shift for FSU. Some tired players out there on the ice right now. Take it the other way. Dan Duncan just dumps one off into Florida's zone. Looking to get the full shift out there. They could only get one substitution. Now they'll get the full shift. Florida begging for a shift as well. Shot on net. Sticked away by Olnick. Now the Gators trying to do something. Another shot. Blocked away. Jack McGovern's shot redirected. He looks for a one-timer. Can't get it to go. Poked away. Another shot on net. Olnick stuffs it. The shot was from Barno, who now lights up a Gator on the sideboards, but Florida comes out with the puck. 2-on-2 going the other way. But mishandled there. Couldn't keep full control of it. Looking to try and set something up. One-timer missed there. Was Quinn Hitchcock on the shot, but couldn't get it to go. A turnover from Florida, and then a turnover from FSU. Gives Florida a chance to get some fresh bodies on the ice now.
It's been an offensive explosion by both teams, especially FSU, who's been coming out and peppering Olnick so far in this game. Let's see if the Gators can do something to make sure their goalie doesn't get sprayed the entire night.
Cole Bernoulli now trying to set up the offense for FSU. Poked away. Florida sends it down ice for Bodie Duncan, who just dumps it off. But he's right back into the action, picks up the puck, and he's lit up in open ice.
That was a great check by two FSU defenders right there to make sure that they can blow up the play, make sure no damage gets done to Silliman.
Was the other McGovern brother, James McGovern, on the big hit there. A pair of brothers on the ice doing damage for FSU early and stopping a ton of Florida opportunities. Sent down the ice for FSU. It's a race to the puck, and Florida gets to it first.
Olnick was looking for icing there, waved off though.
Turned over, but Florida gets control of it once more. Just 7 minutes in, no goals yet. Both teams trying to get their looks when they can. Poked away by FSU. A chance here now. Scooping in towards the net. Olnick blocks it away. Now Florida back behind the net, trying to stop the multitude of FSU chances that have happened. Olnick gloves another shot. It's FSU's 12th so far.
Yeah, they've been ripping it on net so far. Again, the Gators got to play a little bit better defensively to make sure that FSU can't get all these shots on Olnick early. And then that's what happened in the last game. Jensen just kept firing them too, and they've just been letting up, and they let up 3 goals to him. So got to stop the damage where it can be done.
Florida wins their first face-off in their own defensive zone, but FSU steals it away. Looking for a shot. Olnick off the face.
Look out for Bremer. He's been real fast for FSU tonight. He's had, I believe, 2 shots on goal now just in these first 7.5 minutes, so keep an eye on him.
The defensemen for FSU poking their way in and creating offensive chances by keeping control of the puck. As it skates down ice, but recovered by FSU. Vincent Wood there to corral it. Back and forth play along the boards. Now scooped up by Tyler Richards. Pass blocked by Florida, going down ice now. Quite the scrum over in the corner. Both teams fighting for control. Pass down the way for Hugh Lee. FSU steals it away once more. They've done a nice job of limiting Florida's chances in their zone, but the Gators have one here. Scoops it around the net, but FSU will get to it first. Gets into the hands of a Florida player. Shot. Scooped up by Matthew Silliman in the chest. Shot there came quite hot off the stick of Shane Rosenthal, but Silliman read it like a book.
Yeah, Rosenthal was right at the blue line. He looked a little indecisive there. It looked like he could maybe take a rip on net, and that's exactly what it did. Good save by Silliman. Went a little bit high for him there too.
FSU wins the faceoff, but Florida gets control of the puck. Now FSU with it behind their net. Both teams looking to get a shift off here. Players have been on the ice for about 2 minutes.
There's some tired bodies on the ice. Both teams could take advantage of that, especially FSU, who's got the ozone right now.
FSU gets their shift. Now Florida will look to do the same. Dumping it off down ice, and they will do so. Onto the ice comes the first liners, Zach Zamiello and John Wang. Now Zarek Zelmansky pushes it down past Olnick as Florida makes the rest of their substitutions and looks to get an offensive chance going. It's been nothing in FSU's zone today.
Yeah, the Gators need to get it going offensively. 4 shots through the first 9.5 minutes of this game on net. Silliman's kind of has the chance to pretty much sit down and just rely on his defensive and offensive pairs to make sure the puck stays in the ozone.
FSU with a shot there off the stick of Dan Duncan, but Olnick, Brock Olnick for Florida, makes good work of that, dives to the ground, covers up, and gets another save in the category for Florida.
Great save by Olnick, really. Deflected right in front of him, but able to make sure that the Gators that this game is still at 0-0. So good save, good heads-up play by Brock Olnick.
It's been the defenseman for both teams with an effect as Florida has a shot here, scooped up off the stick of Silliman. As it looks like we'll have a penalty here, a power play coming, but for who?
Looks like it's going to be on FSU. A little bit of slashing on one of the defensemen for Florida State. So he's going to go to the box. 2 minutes, can't do that. Florida's going to go on the power play. Good for them. They need to get this offense going. FSU's out shooting them 7-4 so far throughout the first 10 minutes of the game. This is a great opportunity for the Gators to really strike.
So Eddie Zucker, the first line forward, goes into the box for Florida, or for FSU, excuse me. And now Florida will have the man advantage with their first real chance to put one in the back of the net today. At the 9:58 mark, it'll be 2 minutes of man advantage play for the Gators here in the battle for Jacksonville. little bit of procedural work here, trying to figure out who will take the face-off after the false start by Florida. Everyone kind of looking around. No, you? Will you do it? Matt, maybe you should hop down on the ice and take it.
Hey, if they want me to do it, I mean, I'll go. I mean, can't really skate that well, but hey, if they need an extra player, I mean, just call me. I can hop over the boards if you need me to.
Yeah, you can. Our Matt Montalto standing at 6'2", 6'3", able to get down there and bump and grind with the guys.
Maybe 6'4", but 6'4" on a good day.
6'4". He wore the big shoes today.
Oh, I try every day, Charlie.
So scoreless through 10 minutes here at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, these two teams are no strangers to each other. They faced off earlier in the year. FSU took that one and then went on to win the championship in the Battle at the Beach. Looking to go 2-0 in the season series today. FSU wins the face-off and dumps it down into Florida's zone, starting their penalty kill efforts.
Not a great start to the penalty kill. Obviously, lose to face-off. They've been losing face-offs all day, and FSU just winds it down the ice.
Zach Zamiello battling for it and scoops it away, trying to get something down in FSU's zone.
Even if they got that, that would have been offside. Looked like Leahy got a little bit too excited to go back into the offensive zone.
Zelmansky trying to get something going. Races down the ice for it with an FSU body, missing a hit on him. But Zelmansky still hits the deck. FSU scoops it down the way as Olnick corrals it. Just about 40 seconds taken off the power play already. FSU doing a great job of killing it off.
Just about to say that, Charlie. You read my mind. Great premium penalty kill so far for this Seminoles squad.
Seaman dumps it off to Zamiello in the corner. Zamiello trying to find someone who's able to take it. Gives it off to Zelmansky. Now behind the net, trying to get something. Shot, Zamiello blocked. Shot again, this time Zelmansky blocked once more. FSU scoops it down the way. However, Florida still in the offensive zone, looking for their first chance. Renton with it now. And just misses it. Was looking for Zamiello in the middle, but couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, Lucero, what a great block for FSU to make sure that second chance opportunity for the Gators was blocked. Also, great penalty kill, especially when facing adversity. The Seminoles just able to easily make it look easy.
Just about 20 seconds until Eddie Zucker comes out of the penalty box for FSU. Florida looking for their last chance right here. Dumped off into the corner for Tristan Junga. Blocked by FSU, taken the other way. So that should kill off the rest of the penalty as Zucker comes back onto the ice. A nice penalty kill there for FSU.
Yeah, the Gators looked a little bit sloppy on that power play. Couldn't really get anything going. Can't tell if it's good offense for the, or good defense for the Noles, or not great power play chances for the Gators. So I would say it's good for the Noles. So good job so far for them.
Couple of shots on that power play blocked away by Florida State's defenseman. Doing a nice job of keeping this level through 13 minutes of hockey at the 7:20 mark, 0-0 on the ice.
FSU also laying their bodies on the line, especially. You saw the 2 shots they had, again, 2 blocks. So they want to win this game, and they're doing it by laying their bodies on the line so far.
You can certainly see the aggressiveness from FSU on display.
Yeah, they come out and just hit the Gators so far throughout this game.
Battle for on the boards, and Florida State comes up with it. Pushed away by Nico Renton. Florida dumps it off. Zamiello with it now, down the boards, and a huge hit laid on him right into the stomach.
And he's just trying to shake that one off a little bit. You saw him stall a little bit on that one. He got rocked right on the boards.
It was Owen Katz laying the big hit right into the gut of Zach Zamiello. And he has been returned the favor. Right there was Zamiello pushing him into the boards that time.
Aggressive hockey by both sides, especially FSU so far.
Nitty-gritty hockey on the ice, bumping and grinding, still scoreless through 14 minutes. But Florida in the offensive zone looking for a shot. With the puck now, but scooped up by Matthew Silliman. A prime opportunity there for Ryan Weissman. Went right at the net, but Silliman not afraid. corrals that shot well.
Yes, Silliman hasn't been tested in a while, especially on that power play. But Weissman just goes up the ice, kind of goes like a snake, just carving his way up and deking. Good play by the third-line defenseman, but not able to pot it home.
Max Myhill wins the faceoff for FSU. That's been their big strong suit so far, winning faceoffs in their own zone and Florida's.
I think the Gators have only won about one faceoff so far throughout this game, so you're really trying to get those numbers up.
Scooped up by Florida. Opportunity here, minded by Matthew Silliman. It was a massive shot off the stick of Josh Schraberg, but Silliman slammed the door.
Yeah, Schraberg looked like it went backhand, kind of Sidney Crosby-esque. Love to go there, but Schraberg denied by Silliman. 7 saves so far throughout this game so far for him. He's been having a good night.
Rosenthal of Florida loses the face-off to the Noles. Another one into the category for FSU.
Gotta win the face-offs. That's what's really been biting the Gators right now.
That's what's led to the majority of the offensive chances for Florida State as they try and scoop it out of their zone. They'll get it up in the air and across center ice. But Florida right back on the attack. A couple of fresh bodies for FSU. Scoop up the puck and take it the other way. However, Florida there once again. Both teams looking to set something up through 15 minutes here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Down the way across the boards. Lit up there by Hugh Leahy. Now Florida in the neutral zone. Takes a stick to the face. Leahy, the pass, the shot. Blocked away by Silliman. It was 2-on-1 for the Gators, and Silliman said no.
Yeah, that was a huge save by Silliman. It was Leahy. He was looking for Zelmansky, and the only thing that went in the back of the net was Zelmansky. He went sliding past Silliman. Great heads-up play by Matt, the goaltender for the FSU Seminoles so far. Again, another shot on goal for him. Gators have the last 4 shots on goal, but still, they're looking for the pot that goal home.
So a stoppage right above the 4.5-minute mark as the period winds down. No goals for either team, scoreless. Leahy looking to get a pass off but can't. Great defense there and a hit laid. Really nice stuff there from Jake Wesseloff. Shot, score! Florida came back with it. Connor Jaworski scoops up the puck and fires one to get things started in the battle for Jacksonville. Florida comes away with the first goal of this matchup.
Yeah, that was exactly how you want to get the scoring started. When a goalie's been stout all night, it's one of those little flimsy goals that's going to get past them, and it's right on a deflection. Renton ripped one on net, went to the right, and Connor Jaworski just pots it. Goes over the blocker side of Silliman, and the Gators strike first in this one.
Was in the perfect spot off the redirect and let a wrister fly to give Florida the lead at the 4:03 mark in period 1. FSU on the attack early. Shot goes high into the glass. Pass scooped up by Florida, looking to not squander this lead just after they got it. Shot on net from FSU into the side of the net. Now scooped up, looking to set some offense up and get into the scoring category. Florida 1, FSU nothing, with 3:30 left to play in the first period. Shot on net blocked down by James McGovern. Fighting for it on the boards, back and forth. Aggressiveness shown from both teams today. Only one penalty in the first period, though, killed off by FSU. Florida scoops it along, looking for another chance like the one they just had.
You see, when a goalie's having a great game like that, it's gonna be those goals. Those little flimsy goals that are going to get past them.
Pass shot blocked by Silliman. Florida there to try and get another redirect off. Couldn't do it. FSU going the other way now. Cole Brunoli scoops it in, but up off the stick of Andrew Bremer.
Yeah, it's going to be those goals like we saw. The Gators looking for redirects. So are the FSU. They're looking like they're firing shots right from the blue line, looking for anything to get past these two stout goaltenders so far throughout this game.
Battle for the puck between Junga and Bremer over on the boards. 2:25 left to play in the first. Florida leads it 1-0. Now Josh Schraberg with it, getting it down ice, but FSU intercepts it. Dan Duncan trying to give Florida State something to look forward to heading into the first intermission break. As Florida sends it down ice for icing, our first stoppage in play in what seems like forever, Matt.
Yeah, when you're trying to call plays real quickly, when they're just going back and forth and there's no stoppages like that. That was that icing right there. Stretch patch was looking for Weissman. Little too much on that one, but hey.
Before the goal, it was 5 minutes of uninterrupted action as FSU killed off a penalty. Before Connor Jaworski got Florida their first goal of the game.
Yeah, it was a little bit after that power play that they had early in the game, and that's especially when you have the offensive momentum like that, you're gonna have a great chance to score.
Huge hit laid there by Schraberg. And we'll take a pause as an FSU player looks to get off the ice. Got hit pretty high and went down to the ice immediately.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be 2 minutes on the Gators for interference, and that's exactly the guy that you were thinking of. Zamiello is going to the box. 2 minutes of interference. Borden looking to get a little bit of discussion out of the refs, but yeah, you can't do that, especially when you stick him way too high, and especially in the face, and now FSU has a chance to tie this one up on the man advantage.
When you go that high, it's going to be a penalty 9 times out of 10. Zamiello the culprit. First power play of the day for FSU. So 5-on-4 as Luke Collins looks to set something up. Gives it off at the point. Shot on net. Blocked away.
Yeah,
off the stick of Ryan Chamber.
They're going to be looking for their leading goal scorer, Alex Jensen, who had that redirect on there.
Chamber to Jensen in the corner. Shot goes high. Florida looking to get FSU out of the zone. Dump off passes. Another shot on. Blocked away by Olnick. It was Cole Brunoli with the shot. Olnick said no.
Good movement so far from the Noles.
Up to the point. Now to the corner. Looking back to the point, but intercepted by Florida for a moment. Back for FSU. In the corner. One-timer. No good. Skates past. And FSU forward. Looking to get something on this opportunity. 50 seconds left in the period. Zamiello will come out of the box shortly before as that shot wide off the left.
Great movement so far on the power play by the Noles so far. They need to do that. If they continue this, it's going to go in the back of the net.
Bodies flying everywhere. Shot on net. Blocked away by Olnick. Scrum for the puck in front, but Florida comes away with it. It was back and forth as Olnick turned one away, but still couldn't cover up and get it. 30 seconds left.
Good change. That really provided a great change for the Gators. There were some tired guys on the ice. They were there for a minute and a half.
Blocked down by Florida. Shot open at the net. But Silliman right there to get in the way of Zarek Zelmansky trying to get a shot off on the 2-on-1.
Yeah, that great movement leading to a scrum in front of Olnick. Stays strong, and that's exactly what it was doing. He looked like he was sprawling out for the puck. Didn't know where it was. Gators come up with it, clear it down the ice. And by that, the Gators go down with the fresh new bodies, and they're able to get on Silliman. Good heads-up play by the FSU goaltender.
Just 10 seconds left in the period before we head to the first intermission. Florida wins the face-off in the offensive zone. Looking to get a shot off before the end of the period. Skips off the skate of an FSU player. Goes high. One-timer. No doing. Back over in the corner. The time ticks off the clock. And Florida will head to the locker room with a 1-0 advantage at the end of the first period. It's Florida 1, FSU nothing here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network in the battle for Jacksonville. We'll take a quick timeout, and then we'll bring you the story of the first period here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
We are Lions International, the world's largest
Welcome back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network at our first intermission from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. It's the Florida Gators 1 and FSU 0 in the battle for Jacksonville. It's been a nitty-gritty first period. Matt, tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been a great one so far. If you like defense, you're going to love this game, and especially the way the Nolas have been playing so far. They shut down the Gators in that first 15 or so minutes in that game, but Connor Jaworski, the leading goal scorer for the Gators, pots one home and gets us to the score in the first intermission.
Yeah, at the 4:03 mark, Jaworski took a redirect off the stick of Nico Renton and put one in the back of the net for his 7th goal of the year. Jaworski, the points leader for Florida, now with his 16th point of the year. Penalties on both sides have been a factor, but the Gators have killed off a penalty at the end of the period. That was a massive thing. Matt, tell us a little bit about it.
Exactly. That really retained some of that momentum going into this one. And about 15 seconds left in the first period, FSU gets a little bit too angsty going to the intermission. And the Gators, we're going to have a little bit of like 15 seconds or so of 4-on-4 action before the Gators go back to the power play.
Battle on the other side was Eddie Zucker. He had a slashing penalty early on. No offensive chances for Florida. Hit the back of the net, though. 4 shots, all turned away by Matthew Silliman. He has been outstanding in this first period.
Not just Silliman, but Olnick. Both goalies playing well. It's just one of those goals you can't really do anything about that Silliman allowed. But other than that, both goalies have been fantastic so far throughout these games. Sprawling to make saves, especially Olnick when FSU had the chance on the power play, sprawled out and was able to make some good saves to make sure that this game would be Gators leading 1-0.
FSU has shown aggressiveness throughout the first period, a lot of hits along the boards. However, the Florida Gators lead in shots on goal 11-10. Very tight matchup between these two oppositions. They took the ice earlier on in the Battle of the Beach. FSU came out ahead in that one, but Florida with the advantage in the first period. What will they need to do to keep the advantage going forward, Matt?
Well, what the Gators need to start doing is winning in the face-off circle. FSU, it seems like every single time there's a stoppage or they get anything going, they're just winning in the face-off circle. The Gators need to start winning there. Once they win in the circle, that's when the offense could start, especially in the offensive zone. You can't lose face-offs in the O-zone.
Florida only winning, 4 face-offs in the first period. A big source of improvement for Coach K and the Florida Gators. We'll take another time out here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network before we bring you the call of the second period. The broadcast of Florida Gators and FSU Seminoles in the battle for Jacksonville here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Second period nearing here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. He's Matt Montalto. I'm Charlie Jones. That's Caroline Walsh, and that is Reagan on the camera for us here in Jacksonville. 1-0 Florida Gators lead it over the FSU Seminoles, and they'll need to keep that lead. FSU with a lot of offensive chances and aggressiveness. What will Steve K be telling the Gators in the locker room right now, Matt?
Watch out for the deflections. They're going to be telling Olnick, who's been standing strong so far throughout this game, watch out for the deflections. FSU had 4 shots on that power play, but the thing that really helped them was those deflections. They're trying to get their leading goal scorer, Alex Jensen. He has 8 goals through 6 games. They're looking for his 9th, and especially on the power play.
We will be coming back to the ice 4v4, only for a few minutes though. A penalty at the end of the first period. Matt, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, with about 15 seconds left, it was, I believe it was Cooper Barno for the FSU Seminoles. Got a little bit too angsty. He was trying to get a little bit going for the end of the first period, but the refs say no, and the officials can't say you can't do that. So we're going to be coming back at 4-on-4. Gators are going to get about 1:45 of power play time, so good chance for them.
Exactly. Zach Zamiello will hop out of the box for Florida after a high-sticking violation at about the 1:45-minute mark in the first period. So after the first 15 seconds of the second period, Florida will get their second power play of the day. 11 shots for Florida, 10 for FSU. Brock Olnick has turned all of them away. How strong has he been today, Matt?
Olnick has been standing on his head, and not just him, both goalies have. So both netminders having a great game so far, but Olnick really being able to shut down this FSU offense, who's really looking for something.
And they will be looking for something through Alex Jensen, as Matt Montalto mentioned, the points and goals leader for FSU with 8 goals through 6 games. Held scoreless here today. 1-0 Florida leads it. When we come back, the second period of Florida Gators hockey here from Jacksonville on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Network. FSU coming out of the tunnel, and now Florida doing the same as the final seconds of the first intermission tick off. It's the Florida Gators 1 and FSU nothing here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. The battle for Jacksonville from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Thank you so much for tuning in. Charlie Jones alongside Matt Montalto on the broadcast, giving you the story of today's game between two College Hockey South foes. So in the second period, FSU heading left to right, Florida right to left in what is truly a beautiful jersey matchup, Matt.
I am so glad that you mentioned that. Both teams really showing out in the battle for Jacksonville, ripping some style too. The Gators in those, they're so nice, those wave jerseys. I'm not a big fan of orange usually, but that looks great. And FSU wearing their camo, looks like Veterans Day jerseys. Great, 2 premium jerseys.
The next time we're back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, you might see us sporting those jerseys. That's how beautiful they are.
I would not mind that.
So coming out of the first period break, Florida with a 1-0 advantage. It'll be 12 seconds of Zach Zamiello in the box before about a minute 30 of power play action for the Gators.
Yeah, if you're Florida, you need the cash in on that on the minute and a half that you're really going to get. Kind of stupid penalty to take with 15 seconds left in the first period. Zamiello's going to get out of the box in 12 seconds, like you said, and then the Gators will have about a minute 32 on the man advantage. So if you're Florida, cash in now if you can. Take the momentum on your side. Really put it there.
FSU turned away 4 shots on the first power play. Can they do it again? Florida wins the initial face-off to get us underway for period 2. Heading the other way now, it's Florida. Going right to left. Trying to get something going early on here in 4-on-4 action. Zamiello out of the box. Now a power play for Florida. Scrum on the boards, but FSU comes away with it. Streaking down the ice now, it's Luke Collins into a swarm of Gators who get in his way and put him in a traffic jam.
Yeah, kind of looking like traffic cones are the Gators in these orange jerseys, really putting on a defensive clinic so far through these first 30 seconds.
Shot there from Braxton Lucero, blocked down by Florida, heading the other way with the power play advantage now. A minute left on the power play, only a minute into the second period. Florida scoops it around. Now Renton gives off to Junga, shot on, blocked away. A little bit of a fight, and FSU takes control of it. One man to beat, down the way for the Noles. Scoops around. Can't get the opportunity to go, though. Through the legs pass, intercepted by Florida. It was a nice opportunity, streaking down the ice there for Ryan Chambry, but could not get the job done.
Yeah, Chambry was looking to pot it in, looking for a little bit of something going the other way, especially shorthanded.
Florida now setting up the offense with 20 seconds left on the power play, looking for one last opportunity. Bodie Duncan with it. Gives off to the point. Now from the right corner. Shot from Florida. One-timer pass to Duncan. Couldn't get it to go.
He had so much free real estate open on the on the right side of the net. If he could have potted at home, it would have been an easy 2-0 lead for the Gators.
Cooper Barno out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5 play. Florida still in the offensive zone, looking for a redirect. Duncan out in front. Stopped again by Silliman. Up at the point for Renton, blocked. Duncan tries to get control of it. He does. Shot on net. Silliman turns it away. FSU dumps it down the ice, and a great job from Matthew Silliman, slamming the door in UF's face.
Yeah, we talked about at the first intermission, both goalies been standing on their heads, especially Silliman, who's been tested a lot more recently than Olnick. Good heads-up play by him. Looked like there was a little bit of something wrong with one of his skates there. One of the FSU defensemen was trying to maybe fangle with his skate or something like that. Might have been caught in one of the goalposts.
Silliman turned away a shot there from Bodie Duncan right in front of the net, but an icing gives Florida another opportunity. They win a face-off, and a quick shot on net. Turned away by Silliman. It was Hugh Leahy there with the shot. Now FSU going the other way. Skirts it down the boards, but Florida intercepts. Leahy with it again. Dumped off, but FSU gets control of it. Turnovers on both sides. Back and forth, back and forth. FSU looking to make a line change here, and they will. Getting enough time, but quick pressure there from Leahy down in the offensive zone. Florida gets the turnover. Shot there, redirected off the skate of an FSU player.
Good way to jump the route by Leahy, I believe it was, who made that play to keep the puck in the offensive zone.
Shot on net turned away by a Florida State stick. And they'll head down the ice. Make another couple quick substitutions before Florida gets the puck again. Into the offensive zone they go. A lot of offensive pressure early on through the first 3 minutes of period 2 from Florida. Long shot from the blue line there. Way wide of the net.
Yeah, the Gators have really done a great job so far keeping the puck in the offensive zone. And they're going to look to keep doing that.
Sent down the ice, sticked away by Olnick. Battle for it in the corner as FSU looks to set up their first offensive chance of the second period. Zarek Zelmansky, brought to the ice. His brother Zach plays for the D2 team. Got them confused as Brock Olnick gloves a puck coming across the way to give us our first stoppage of the second period at the 16:01 mark. Matt, what have you liked from Florida so far?
In this second period, real early, the Gators have really put the Noles on their heels. It's been a great job by the Gators, especially after the power play, to really maintain that offensive possession and just keep on putting the puck on the net.
Alex Jensen wins the faceoff for FSU. The leading goal scorer for the Noles back on the ice. Sent down the way as Florida looks to race to it. Zamiello eyed up a big hit but missed. Comes up empty and Florida State reorganizes, resets, and gets ready to try and make something happen. Florida with a 1-0 advantage at the 15:30 mark in the second period. Sent down the way, a race to the puck. Hit there from Zamiello on Jensen. As the two teams very aggressive so far through 25 minutes of hockey here in Jacksonville. Sent down the way to Schreiber. Looking for something and thrown hard into the boards. A massive hit and the whistle will blow. Looked like it was Andrew Bremer lining up there and went and shoved the Florida player straight into the boards. He will head to the box.
Looks like he might have elbowed the Florida player right on the boards. You can't really do that at all, especially when you're using your elbow and going right into their head. That's going to be a call every day of the week. And for the Gators, they're going on the power play for the third time today.
Third time FSU has killed off the previous two, but will third time be the charm for Florida? It's Christian Aguiar into the box as the 2-minute power play starts for the Gators. Puck goes out, up into the bench area.
No call there. I believe it was deflected by a Gator, so not going to be a delay game call there.
We'll reset and try again. Face off from the right circle in FSU's zone. Looks to be Renton in there, taking the face off for Florida. They'll win it and set up the power play offense. Junga gets stripped by FSU. So the first 15 seconds already ticking off the clock. Florida needs to make haste with their chances.
Yeah, that time they do win the offensive draw, but just a turnover right on the boards leads to FSU clearing the puck down the ice.
Junga got lit up across the boards as Florida looking for a chance. Shot on net, goes high and wide. Off the stick of Bodie Duncan. Duncan was prominent on the first two power plays, looking for another opportunity here. Dumped off to Duncan on the left side. Now Renton at the point, shot just a bit wide. Silliman watched it fly past him as Florida trying to reorganize with 1 minute left on the power play. 14 minutes in period 2. Gators looking to get their second strike of the game.
Yeah, the Gators have looked good so far on this power play, generating shots on the net.
Renton across the net, looked for a shot but got blocked by a ton of FSU sticks. So the first minute and 15 seconds killed off by FSU.
Yeah, a lot to like on the man advantage so far for the Gators, especially when they're generating shots on the net. Not hitting the net, but still, they're generating shot attempts, which is really good for this power play.
Florida catches FSU off guard as they shift. Zelmansky dumps to Leahy in the corner. With 20 seconds left, trying to get an opportunity in the waning moments of the power play as Silliman gloves a shot there off the stick of Connor Jaworski. He's the one who did the damage for Florida in the first period, trying to get his second goal of the game.
Yeah, good glove save by Silliman. Kind of effortless, honestly. You just put your glove up right there, puck goes right into it. Routine play by him. Jaworski also looking for that second goal, like you mentioned.
13:23 on the clock, 15 seconds left in the power play. One last chance here for Florida. Dumped off to the corner. Now to the back. Now to the corner. Now to the point for Zaniello, looking for something. Final moments ticking off, and Florida State kills it off. Now back off the man advantage. Florida scoops it down out of the air and back into the offensive zone. 3-on-2. Zaniello loses control of it, however, and Florida State regains control.
Yeah, they were looking for a fast break. They didn't know exactly when the guy was coming out of the box, but able to make the most of that as they can.
Olnick gets a stick on the puck as it comes across the back of the net. And Florida desperately trying to clear. It's the first real chance for FSU in the offensive zone today. A big hit at center ice. He's an FSU player down.
Looks like that's Jensen, I believe, who's down on the ice, their leading scorer. No, excuse me, that's Wood for them. Vincent Wood for the Noles down on the ice, one of their third pair defensemen.
Wood got lit up in the corner by Leahy, and the FSU bench, clad in the garnet and gold, was irate that there was no penalty there.
Might have gone a little bit high there with the elbow or to the stick. Didn't really get a good look at that one, but again, both teams are playing scrappy so far throughout this game, and they're now starting to get a little bit too high. I wonder when the refs will call some penalties.
So face-off in the neutral zone, won by FSU. Trying to get something going, down one here with 12 minutes left in the second period. Bumped off the stick of Olnick as Florida, with some fresh bodies on the ice now, trying to get down the ice and get away from Brock Olnick. He's turned away 11 shots so far, but trying to limit the damage for him. Back and forth ping-pong play as the Noles will get a line change off and send it down into Florida's zone. Couple Seminoles on pursuit, but Florida gets it down the way. Leahy skips it off to Zelmansky, coming down the left side. Gets away from an FSU hit and gets control of the puck. Shot on net. Turned away by Silliman. Still in FSU's zone as Florida tuckered out, getting some new bodies on the ice. FSU going the other way now. It was Aguiar with it, gloved by Olnick. And we'll get a stoppage here at the 11:15 mark in the second period. 1-0, Florida still leads with 4 shots to start the period, outnumbering FSU's 2. A lot of time down the other end for the Gators.
Yeah, they've been really pressuring FSU in the offensive zone. They could look to continue it, especially starting on that man advantage. It's really good for the Gators.
Noles looking for a chance here. Chaos out in front of the net, blocking Olnick's view, but Florida comes away with it. Now going down the ice. It's Schreiberg down behind FSU's net, looking to establish the offense for Florida. Dumped into the zone. Duncan there, couldn't get a stick on it. Sizes up a big hit and converts. Schreiberg with a little stick action on FSU as the Gators retreat and send it back into the offensive zone. Duncan with it, but he loses it. FSU now going the other way after the turnover. Gators trying to maintain control and stay alive with this 1-0 lead that they have just 10 minutes through period 2.
Yeah, the Gators really doing a great job defensively and offensively. A great, well-balanced attack so far for them. They came out swinging in the second period so far. Have played a great game of hockey throughout these first 10 minutes of the second period. Now getting to about the halfway point of the game.
Line change for FSU. Trying to get something going on Florida's side of the ice. Sent down the way for Hughley, intercepted by FSU. No numbers as it's sent down the way. Olnick sticks it and leaves it for Nico Renton. Big hit late on Renton as the puck sent down the way. FSU misses it. Leahy with it now. Flying down the side. Looking for a shot. Goes around the back of the net. Scoops one in. It's out in front. No one can get to it, and FSU sends it down the way. It was right in front of Matthew Silliman. Stuck out in front of there. 3 bodies in the area for both sides, trying to get a stick on it. Fighting, and FSU survives and takes a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, that play starts with Leahy, who just goes into the offensive zone over the blue line. Tried to dangle around one FSU defenseman. Didn't really get enough out of that. Went around the net, wraparound chance. That's how they got the first goal, mind you. That was one of the reasons helping towards the first goal, but able to be cleared down the ice. Little chaos in front, too.
Zhang wins the power play for Florida as it's sent high up into the air and recovered by FSU. 2-on-1 for the Noles now. Sent across the way, lost control and goes barreling into the net past Brock Olnick. It was a prime opportunity, but could not keep control of the puck. Now Florida with numbers, tries to get a shot on redirect, score! Gators net one on the redirect off the stick of John Wang to give Florida a 2-0 lead here in period 2.
We could have very easily thought it was going to be a tied game at 1 apiece. The scoreboard even thought so too. We saw they entered it in wrong. It was 1-1, but no. Eddie Zucker goes right past Olnick, goes colliding with the goal, the Florida goal, and Florida goes the other way with numbers, and Wang deflects it right into the back of the net, and the Gators 2-0.
It was a quick shot off the stick of Zarek Selmansky, redirected by John Wang into the net to give the Gators a 2-0 advantage here in the second period from Jacksonville. FSU gets control of the puck, down 2, looking for some offensive life. Going the other way, Florida back in the offensive zone again. 5 shots on goal in period 2 with 1 goal to show for it. Turned away there by Silliman, a shot from the corner. Now sent across the net, a one-timer missed by Florida, and FSU grasping for control. They have a 2-on-1 here. Coming down the ice, tries to get the pass off, but sticked away by Florida. It was a great play there from Quinn Hitchcock to stop a Florida State shot. Another offensive chance, tried to be gloved by Olnick, but sent across the ice. And it looks like we're gonna get a penalty here. A ton of FSU chances. First turned away by Quinn Hitchcock, stopping the pass on the 2-on-1. And then Olnick turns one away, but a penalty here.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be an interference call on, I believe, that's going to be Nico Renton, one of their first-line defensemen, who's going to be out on the man advantage, who's going to be out on the penalty kill for the Gators. So, Gators trying to cash in again. We saw some plays in the offensive zone, a little bit blown up there, little miscommunications here and there, leading to FSU going the other way and really drawing the penalty. Could look for some firing on the power play for the Noles.
Florida State taking the face-off in Florida's zone, looking to set up the offense. Florida leads 2-0, but FSU threatening. Puck out in front of the boards in the neutral zone. FSU collects. Gators killed off the first power play. That only lasted 15 seconds, however, before another FSU penalty plagued them. Slips coming down the ice. Bodie Duncan collects and sends it down FSU's way. First 30 seconds of the power play killed off at the 7:20 mark here in the second period.
A little bit of slick ice probably over there. Goes sliding in safe. Doing a little bit of a baseball player impression sliding into the second base there, but Gators able to clear after that.
Noles back on the attack. They got numbers, 3-on-2. Scooting around the back of the net is Luke Collins. gives back out across. Quick slap shot, turned away there. Tristan Junga getting in the way. FSU with a minute to try and get a goal. Shot goes way high into the glass. Skirts down past the other blue line. And the orange and blue will get some fresh bodies on the ice to kill off the rest of this power play. 40 seconds left before the man advantage goes away for FSU. Both teams fighting for the puck, looking around, trying to locate it, and FSU gets control of it. 30 seconds left now. Coming way down into the zone is Zucker, and he's lit up with a massive elbow. It was a huge shot there from Aiden Riley.
Riley lit him up there, really caused the end of that power play within the dying seconds. Now 10 seconds left. The penalty on Zelmensky will...
FSU might have a shot for one quick chance as that's gobbled up by Olnick, and the power play is killed off. It starts with the Aiden Riley hit that turned away a shot right before FSU had a prime chance on Brock Olnick.
I just want to say Aiden Riley looked like a linebacker on a football field. Boom! Rocked him. Able to end FSU's power play. Really, they got a chance in the dying seconds of it, but that really ended it right there.
After we finish up from Jacksonville, he'll be heading on a flight to Lexington, Kentucky to suit up for the Gators tonight. Florida now with it in their zone. Just a tick under 6 minutes in the second period left. Florida with a 2-0 advantage. Going down towards the net. Big hit laid by Florida, trying to get control. FSU trying to show some life. Another huge hit laid there by Zach Zamiello. He's been aggressive all day.
Both sides have two, but the Gators really starting to take advantage of using that forecheck.
FSU down the way. Bremer tries to get something going with a quick shot, but Brock Olnick keeps his head down and makes a grindy save. 15 shots for FSU, all turned away by the Florida netminder.
Yeah, he's had a great night. He's kind of been standing on his head. That last chance on the power play, I just want to mention, there are 3 Gators there. Puck goes right in between their legs. Could have gone in between his legs right through the 5-hole, but good play to just cover it up. Make sure no damage is done.
So a face-off in Florida's zone. Shots 16 to 15 in the advantage of Florida, as the Noles try and get something going. Zelmansky streaking down the ice, but turns it over, gives it to FSU back and forth as the puck goes flying into the Florida bench for another stoppage in play.
Looked like it got deflected by an FSU defender going right to, almost hit one of the coaches there on the Gators bench. No damage done though.
So we'll have another face-off in front of the FSU bench. It was a weakness for Florida in the first period, now a strength here in the second. 5 minutes left on the clock here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville.
I think Steve K told his group at the first intermission that we need to win some more face-offs, and that's exactly what the Gators have been doing so far in this second period. Good adjustment by them so far.
Big hit across the boards. And it looks like we'll get another penalty, another power play opportunity for FSU. Appeared to be Shane Rosenthal laying the illegal hit across the boards as the officials sort it out, and send Rosenthal into the box.
Yeah, I think this is just one of the plays that the refs have seen a lot of hits at around or above the head in that general upper body area that they're starting to call a little bit more. They're starting to really call some more penalties, especially when I think he also broke his stick on that as well. So kind of, you can't really do that. You can't really go for their heads right there. So that's an easy call for the officials to make.
Third penalty of the day for Florida. So another 2 penalty minutes go up onto the clock, and actually it looks like it's a double penalty, so we'll have 4-on-4 hockey. Penalty the other day was a high stick on Max Myhill of Florida State. So 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes here at the 4:45 mark in the second period.
That might have been what the broken stick was instead of Looks like they're also getting a little bit heated in the penalty boxes, too. That might have been what the broken stick was.
Jawing at each other. Gotta love the rivalry between these two in-state teams. Battle for on the boards, FSU collects. In Florida's zone, shot blocked away there by Tristan Junga. Florida going the other way now. Couple of stick taps and sent into center ice where FSU gets control. Trying to get a goal on the board. Florida leads 2-0 with 4 minutes left in the second period.
It seems like he's been saying Junga's name a lot so far tonight. He's been all over the ice and flying for the Gators so far tonight. Good defensive plays by him to make sure to keep this shutout alive for the Gators.
Stuck at center ice, Selmansky comes away with it, trying to net a third for Florida. FSU with a line change. Fresh bodies on ice, tripped up, but heading down the way. 2-on-2. Loses control, Luke Collins does for Florida State. And the Gators collect, heading the other way now. Down towards Matthew Silliman of FSU. The netminder facing 16 shots today, saving 2 of them. Just 30 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. 3 minutes left in the period. FSU streaking down the ice, looking for an offensive shot. But the Gators turn it away quickly. Now right in front of the net, a turnover leads to a goal. Who would it be but Alex Jensen for Florida State? Found the puck right on his stick, right from the turnover, and netted that one with a quick spin move to give the Noles their first goal of the day.
Looks like the Gators just turn it over right in front of the puck, in front of the net. You can't do that. You can't have the puck right there, especially when there's 3 Florida State defensemen right there. They turn it over there, and right there they cash in. Alex Jensen, his 9th goal on the year, leads the team in goals and points like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, and he does what he does best right there.
Jensen was a familiar face in the first meeting between these two teams. Had a hat trick for the Noles and was granted a College Hockey South recognition, being one of the 3 stars of the month at the ACDC level. So 2-1 now with 3 minutes to play in the second period as Florida State nets their first of the day.
That also gives the Noles some life, too, in this one. They've looked all over the place so far throughout this one.
Bodies flying as Florida State gets the puck. Both the Gators and Noles players coming out of the box. Now down the other way for FSU. With a quick shot off the chest of Brock Olnick, turned away. Florida dumping down the way, trying to keep this 2-1 advantage heading into the second intermission. Zamiello gets a stick on it, but the Garnet and Gold get to it first. Now behind Matthew Silliman, left as both teams will get a line change here.
Looks like also the Gators trying to get some more stretch passes going down. We could also see when the Gator was coming out of the box that they tried to get the puck to him on a tee, but they could not. Unfortunately, it's a lot of FSU sticks there.
Shot on net from Jack McGovern, turned away, but the Noles still in the offensive zone. Quick shot for McGovern, turned away by Olnick quickly off the pad. Florida now the other way with numbers. 3-on-2. Another chance, but Florida State goes right at number 92 of Florida. Now the Noles the other way, looking for a quick shot. Left for McGovern, trying to get something going.
Penalty on the Gators coming up. Looks like it's going to be slashing on the Gators. I believe it's going to be on number 28 of the Gators. That's going to be
Zach Zamiello with his 2nd penalty of the day. Similar position to the first penalty of the day for him, which came at the end of the first period at the 1:45 mark, now coming at the 1:23 mark here.
It was interference, excuse me.
So interference on Zamiello gives the Noles their 4th power play of the day. They're 1 for 3 so far. Gators killed off the first 2, but an Alex Jensen goal on the 3rd power play. FSU wins the faceoff. Quick shot on net for Olnick, turns it away. Got the pad out quickly. Another shot blocked there by Schreiber. Quick shot from Jensen. Olnick stuffs it. Another quick shot right out in front. And Olnick waves the Mutombo finger in their face and says, no, 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 not today.
Great reference right there. Jensen looking for a second, went backhand on that one. Trying to really put it past Olnick. Also, could have gone 5-hole, could be also viewed as a pass. There, Bernoulli looking for the redirect there. Again, went 5-hole, but Olnick says, like you said, no, no, no. Love that.
So another face-off in the offensive zone with FSU on the power play. Just a minute left here in period 2. Gators dump it down the ice with a 2-1 advantage in the scoring column.
That took a really funky bounce off the boards, especially in that corner where the doors are that the Gators and Noles both go to the locker room.
Final 45 seconds tick off the clock. Florida State looking for one opportunity with a power play in tow to end the second period. Gators turn it away quickly, and the Noles reorganize. 5-on-4 hockey here from Jacksonville. Collins with it, coming into the offensive zone, right in front of the net. Olnick turns him away with the stick. Right there, racing for it once again, but Florida dumps it down the way. Great job killing off the penalty thus far. It was Chambry with another chance, and Florida turns it down. Another quick shot, gloved by Olnick, but dropped down to the ice to end this second period. So the Noles get on the board, but the Gators come away with a 2-1 lead heading into the second intermission. It's 2-1 Florida here from Jacksonville in the Battle for Jacks on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Don't go anywhere, because we'll break down the first 2 periods of today's matchup between the Noles and the Gators here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Don't go away.
We can learn about health. The All of Us research program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future
here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. 2-1, Florida leads it in the battle for Jacksonville from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Matt Montalto and Charlie Jones here broadcasting from the arena, and it was a crazy second period. Both teams net a goal. Tell us how we got here, Matt.
Yeah, and the Gators have really been doing some good stuff, especially in that first half of the period, and the Gators capitalized it. John Wang got it right off a deflection from Zelmansky to make it 2-0 Gators. But since then, ice cold. Haven't had a shot on goal since then, and the FSU Seminoles coming back all the way, get a power play, and their leading goal scorer, we said, guess who? Alex Jensen, able to get his 9th goal of the season, and that's why we are 2-1 going to the third.
Couldn't say it better myself, Matt. You know, Florida had their chances, and they improved on what their main weakness was in the first period, winning a lot of faceoffs, getting into the offensive zone. They did capitalize with that goal from John Wang to give the 2-0 advantage. However, Jensen nets one on the power play for FSU. 10 penalty minutes for the Noles, 8 penalty minutes for the Gators. Tell us how scrappy it's been, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just said, 10 penalty minutes for the Noles so far. It seems like every time you kind of look down to the box, there's going to be at least one person from either side in there. So both teams need to clean it up on the penalties, but still, the only factor so far has been that Alex Jensen goal on the power play. So both teams have been great so far defending the man advantage, but still, you probably don't want all your players in the box.
Despite some strong offensive opportunities for Florida towards the bottom 10 minutes of that second period, it was all FSU. 23-16, the shot stand, 13 shots for Florida State in the second period, but Brock Olnick has been a brick wall between the pipes for Florida. How impressed are you with him today, Matt?
He's been standing on his head. I said it earlier in the broadcast. Whatever has been shot at him, he's been able to either bring down, except for that one by Jensen, but still, he's been able to just stop them and hold down the fort for the Gators, and that's exactly what you got. You have a great goaltender and you have good defense around him. You're going to be able to do that all night. Good heads-up awareness so far by Olnick so far in this game. And I want to say, both sides have been having great goaltending so far. Silliman for FSU, he's got 14 saves on 16 shots at him. The other way, Olnick 22 for 23. So both goaltenders having a good game.
Really strong defensive stuff amidst many offensive opportunities on both ends of the ice. Florida leads it 2-1. We'll get you set for the third period on the other side of this break. Here from Jacksonville, it's Florida Gators 2, FSU Noles 1 on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Back here in Jacksonville, between a heated battle from the main city in Florida. Florida versus FSU, 2-1, and these teams do not like each other much. They've shown it in periods 1 and 2. 9 penalties combined between the two teams. Nitty-gritty play out there. You can see the rivalry on ice, and you wouldn't want anything more from the battle for Jacksonville. Matt, tell us about how scrappy it's been out there.
First of all, the main city in Florida, you know, it is one of them, I will say. But second of all, it has been a spectacle so far from both of these teams. They've been scrumming it out. They've been hitting each other. Refs also getting involved on the ice as well. We saw some of those high hits getting taken to the box. Both teams are going to have to calm down if they want to have a chance in this game, especially if you're taking some stupid penalties like elbowing a guy to the face. You really can't do that. You're not going to get away with that at any level. So they're going to have to calm down on that end.
Very aggressive on both sides, but you also got to be cautious and make sure you're not costing your team a short-handed moment. 23 shots for FSU, 16 for Florida. What will the Gators need to do to stay in the offensive zone and turn away shots in the defensive zone, Matt?
Now, one thing that the Gators have got to do in the offensive zone is what they've been doing right for the first 30 minutes or so of the game, peppering the goalie. Silliman, the way that they've been able to get 2 goals so far through this game have been on deflections, and that's exactly what they need to do. It's going to be a type of goal to get it past a good goaltender like Silliman, and that's exactly what it's also like on a good goaltender in Ornick. So both sides of the ball, both sides of the puck, watch out for the defense, or watch out for the deflections, excuse me.
Really strong net minding on both sides. We'll give you a quick recap of the goals. In the first period, it was Zach Zelmansky doing the damage. Then, to start the second, John Wang. Alex Jensen gets on the board for FSU, and that's how we get to a 2-1 point here, heading into the start of period 3. On the other side of this short break, the third period from the battle for Jacksonville between the Florida Gators and FSU. 2-1, the Orange and Blue lead it. Here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Third period about to get underway as the teams spill out from the tunnel here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena in the battle for Jacksonville. Florida and FSU, 2 in-state rivals, taking the ice for the conclusion of the battle for Jacksonville. Florida 8-4 on the season, the #1 team in ACDC College Hockey South. FSU number 4 in the standings currently. Florida State took the first meeting between these teams, but the Gators poised to take the second one here from Jacksonville. So once again, it'll be Florida going left to right and FSU going right to left as they did in the first period. Both teams sporting alternate jerseys today, looking quite sharp.
You know, the saying is, look good, play good, and both teams have been doing that so far throughout this game, especially the Gators who have the lead, but they are going to be down a man going into this third period so far. Zelmansky still, or Zamiello still in the box, excuse me.
Yeah, the Garnet and Gold coming out of the tunnel with a bit of fire, stick tap in the boards, as they'll have the man advantage for 37 seconds to start the third period. That's when Zach Zamiello will spill out of the box, and we'll be all level again. Third period underway here from Jacksonville.
Yeah, the FSU boards look really pumped to get into this third period of action. You saw the backup goalie banging his pads on the boards, and all of the players banging their sticks. They're ready to go, and they're pumped for this.
FSU fresh and set for 15 more seconds of power play before 5-on-5 hockey here from VyStar Arena. Going down the ice into the offensive zone, looking for Alex Jensen across the sides. Now to the point, one last shot here on the power play. Zamiello comes spilling out of the box. Back to level. FSU still in Florida's zone. 23 shots through 2 periods, looking to establish the offense again. Quick shot into the chest of Brock Olnick. Turns away his first one in the third period as the Gators kill off the remainder of that power play.
Yeah, that's kind of one. The power play kind of starts with 37 seconds left in the third. This is one that kind of gets extended because FSU stays in the offensive zone. Rifles one on net. Olnick able to cover up. Good save by him, but a routine one right into his chest protector.
Shuts down Cole Brunoli, who wins the faceoff for Florida State. Quick shot, turned away, blocked by Florida. It was Hugh Lay laying his body on the line to block that one.
He ripped that one on net. If we had StatCast and we could see how fast that was on net, I'm sure that would have been up there.
For all intents and purposes, we'll say over 100 miles an hour.
Ooh, I'd like that.
Heading down the ice now as Florida collects and tries to get it out of their zone. It's been all FSU for the first minute and a half of the third period. FSU pokes it away. Brunoli with a lot of action so far before he shifts off the ice to start the third period.
Gator who blocked that, by the way, it's going to be really feeling that in the morning.
Both teams now set with some new guys out on the ice, swapping out the old for the new. Florida State with a 2-on-1 opportunity, streaking down the side. Olnick collects, still out in front, pokes away from him. Florida going the other way. FSU gets the line change with a last second before Florida comes streaking down the ice. Great job from Brock Olnick to turn away Florida State's shot. Before giving it back to Florida. Quick shot there from Zelmansky. Now back out at the point, and Florida State has numbers. 3-on-2, going the other way. Dumps off to the side, quick shot. Patted away by Olnick. Impressive save there. Turns it away. Bouncing back and forth, Florida State with another shot on net, and Florida gets control after a chaotic series filled with Florida State shots. 2-1 at the 17-20 minute mark here in third period.
Yeah, especially on that 2-on-1 chance. Got deflected there. Could have gone 5-hole right on Olnick, but doesn't. Good adjustment by him to be aware that the puck is bouncing and could go right in the back of the net.
Braxton Lucero made the extra pass to Eddie Zucker, who couldn't get the puck in the back of the net. Now the boys in white and garnet coming down the other way. Dump it off into Florida's zone. Battle across the boards between Jensen and Zamiello for it, and we'll have a delayed penalty here. Excuse me, it was Tristan Junga in there, and looked like he got his stick caught up with the leading scorer for FSU, Alex Jensen. He's quite a handful to contain, but too much there for Junga as he'll head to the box. 5th penalty of the day for Florida.
Yeah, that's going to be it looks like it's going to be a hooking on Junga, one of their best defensemen, a first-line defenseman for the Gators. Another key loss for them so far. And now they go a man down on a FSU team that really has the momentum throughout these first 3.5 minutes.
So 2 power plays to start the third period. 1 ticks down, but a full 1 here for Florida State. Tristan Junga into the box for 2 minutes as Florida keeps it in their zone as long as they can before they dump it down ice and prepare themselves for an onslaught of attack from Florida State. Coming down the way with it, it's Ryan Chambry. Chambry going straight at the net, comes right back around, gives it out to the corner. Looking for Jensen down the middle they are as Brunoli gives it back. Now out in front of the net, battle for it. Olnick pads it away, and Florida dumps it down ice, turning away a couple shots there.
Yeah, whiffed on it right in front of the net. You have a chance right in the slot. You got to fire that on net. Puck might have gotten deflected a little bit, but good play by the Gators to not be phased, especially when the puck is on the move.
First half of the 2-minute power play ticks down. Florida facing another FSU attack here. Collins with it behind the net, but Florida gains control of it. Stick tapping back and forth as they dump it down ice. Great penalty kill skills here from Florida. They've only given up 1 power play today, 1 for 4 on their first 4.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, great penalty killing so far from this Gators team. Let's see if they can finish it out with the last 30 seconds.
Coming down ice, it's Bremer looking for something. Now trying to get out to the point. Getting shoved back and forth by Quinn Hitchcock. Aiden Riley in there as well, tries to stick it away. Quick shot, handled by Olnick. Right off the stick of Dan Duncan as Florida collects and sends it down ice one more time. That should be the rest of the power play. 10 seconds left. We'll see if Florida State can get one more shot off.
Yeah, Aiden Riley tried to clear it off, but it hit the head of an FSU defender. But still, again, Florida unfazed, especially on those weird bounces.
Now no longer shorthanded, coming down the way. Quick shot, minded by Matthew Silliman. So the power play comes off the clock. 4 shots through 5 minutes for FSU, 27-16 at the 14:43 mark. Gators kill off the penalty.
Yeah, that was the Gators' first shot on goal since they scored in the second period. So need a lot more of that if you're the team in the orange and blue and the light blue, because they got the waves on their jerseys, which again, look clean.
About 13 minutes shotless for Florida, interrupted by a quick shot there off the stick of Bobby Seaman. Now, back and forth ping-ponging play between the two in-state rivals as a big hit laid into the boards by Zarek Zelmansky. Big brother plays for the D2 team. Zelmansky making a difference for the D3 team here in Jacksonville. Quick shot goes way back behind the net as FSU looks to get out of their zone. Florida with a big offensive chance here. Shot goes wide. Another shot here. Looking for something right out in front of the net. FSU sticks it away. A ton of traffic in front of Silliman early on here as an FSU player hits the ice, and we'll have another penalty. So just as quick as the Gators kill off a penalty, they'll have to do it again.
That's going to be on Zelmansky again. It's going to be interference. Got way off the play. Just checked one FSU defenseman, and again, FSU's going right back on the power play. 6th chance for them tonight. So the Gators need to clean it up so far throughout this game.
3rd power play incoming through 6 minutes of hockey in the 3rd period here in the battle for Jacksonville. So Florida will have to kill it off again. Florida State with a prime chance to find the equalizer. Dumping off to Jensen in the corner. Back to the point for Chambry, who loses it. It's a breakaway for Florida. 1-on-1, can he get past the goalie? He can't. Schreiber came right down the way and couldn't get it past him. Lost control at the last moment.
This place was about to erupt. Even though there are a few fans here, they were about to go crazy on that breakaway goal.
Huge hit laid there by Schreiber across the boards as the first 30 seconds ticks off the power play for FSU. Chambry almost netted, Schreiber almost netted the short-handed goal, but now it's Florida State coming down the way again. Alex Jensen with it in their own half.
Looked like it's really rattled FSU. They're having a tough time entering the offensive zone.
Got to take your chances when you can on this power play. Quick shot, turned away by Olnick. He's been a brick wall all day. 28 shots faced, only 1 goal allowed. Jensen fighting for it with Dylan Morton behind the net. FSU with fresh bodies here on the power play. Quick cross to Bernoulli, who can't get a shot off, then does. Turned away by Olnick again. He's been a brick wall.
Olnick lost his stick, but some of the Gators able to help him out there. Good play by the Gators also to clear out the zone, especially when their goalie is a little handicapped without a stick.
Looking for their 5th penalty kill of the day as FSU comes streaking down the way. Shot goes wide. Lined up well, but couldn't get it to go home. It was Eddie Zucker on the shot there. Now, Hugh Lay with it in Florida's offensive chance. Looks like it's offsides here, and we'll get a face-off in Florida's zone. 9 seconds left on the power play for FSU. They'll get one chance on the face-off.
We've seen so much action just in this 2-minute power play. A breakaway short-handed goal that could have been potted in. Schreiber just lost the puck there on his stick. But on both sides, we're seeing a lot of action. It's been great hockey so far throughout these 8 minutes in the third period.
2-1 Florida still leads as the power play comes off the clock. Another kill for Florida. Dumped down into the Gators zone. Down the way. FSU looking for something. Down one here. Behind it with Zucker. Got his stick on it. Now Florida battling. Zucker has it again. Tries to dump it out across. But Hugh Leahy gets his stick on it before it comes across net. Huge breakaway chance here for Florida. One-on-one turned away by Matthew Silliman. Now Florida State coming the other way. Another chance here for Eddie Zucker as he comes towards the net. Gives it right across the middle. Quick shot. Blocked by a diving Hugh Leahy. Florida State with it now. Dumps it back into the zone. But Florida controls. An onslaught of attacks turned away by Florida. Now an offensive chance of their own.
Leahy has been flying on the ice, especially on that breakaway that we just saw too. Good heads-up play by him, just a little bit wide. Silliman might have gotten a chance, might have deflected it.
Junga turns it over. Florida State coming the other way. McGovern corrals it, then loses it. Now another chance. Quick shot, and Olnick covers up. Gets it right to the chest, and gets a hold of that one. 30th shot of the day there for Florida State. 10:25 left on the clock. Florida with a goal advantage.
You see, I just want to say something. Olnick kind of looked like he framed that like a catcher. Went up high, tried to get it right down the middle, and he does easily. Gobbled up by him. 31st shot of the game for the Noles.
Aguiar came barreling down, but Olnick didn't let him. Another quick shot, and Olnick collects. That time off the stick of Jake Wesseloft.
Oh, 2 count now, right down the middle.
And Olnick has done a really nice job of making sure to get it right in the heart as they're back in the Florida zone, corralling it into the chest and making sure to stifle Florida State on offense. They recover quickly and head back down the way, looking to net the equalizer. Florida leads 2-1 with half the period to play. 10 minutes left on the clock in the third. Setting up the offense now. Quick shot goes way high into the glass.
Looks like Olnick might have lost track of where it was.
Skirts around. Luke Collins not able to get his stick on it as Zelmansky lays a big hit on the boards and collects the puck. Dumps it out to Florida State into their zone as both teams will get a line change.
Looks like they're just trying to kind of kill the clock here, the Gators. They're just trying to get the puck out of their own zone, and they're doing a great job of that so far. And bending but not breaking, especially when FSU's had 2 power plays, I believe, just in this period.
Schreiber fighting for it on the boards. FSU comes away with it, but he's hot in pursuit. And he collects. Now 3 in the zone, but he turns it over again. Now another chance. Bodie Duncan barreling in on net. Silliman pokes it away with the shoulder. Gets it high in the air as Florida State gets the puck with numbers going the other way. 3-on-2, quick shot, corralled by Brock Olenek. That was from the blue line, and he did a nice job of handling that quick shot.
You see, I was making the catcher analogy. Do we want to call that strike 3?
I think we'll say FSU, you're struck out. Yeah, that was a beautiful play there from Olenek to really just get the puck right where you want it, let it drop to the ice.
That's one of the big things.
Stoppage.
Make sure it doesn't pass you, and that's exactly what Olnick's been doing all night. So good job so far.
Florida wins the face-off, but FSU recovers. Pass across net, deflected by Florida. Going the other way now. Fighting for it back and forth as a player laid into the boards, but recovers, and it is held up by Silliman. It was Bobby Seaman who broke away with the puck. Had a nice juke and tried to get it on net before Silliman got his body in the way of it for a stoppage and a face-off in FSU zone.
Yeah, that was a great play by Seaman to get the puck and try and burst it past the goalie, but not able to.
Face-off win for Florida. Quick shot by Lay. Goes high into the glass.
This third line for Florida has been having a great game. They've been all over the ice and trying to generate offensive zone attempts for this Gators team too.
Another chance here for Seaman, but redirected out towards the net. Jaworski gets a stick on it, tries to get it past Silliman, but recovers now behind the net. Quick pass, quick shot, turned away. Clipped a Florida player on the way as well as it goes wide and hits the glass. And we'll get a stoppage here.
Looks like I believe that's Seaman on the ground right there for the Gators. He got clipped right in his hand. Oh boy, that's gonna be rough, especially when there's no padding right there. A little shaky right there. But this third line, though, has been huge for the Gators so far. They got a goal. Jaworski's got the goal for them, number 37 in the orange. So they've really been, they've cashed in on their chances so far, and they've still been all over the ice. So hopefully Seaman's able to shake it off. Could return to this game, but big loss for the Gators if he's not able to come back.
Heads to the bench as the full first line comes on for Florida. Seaman looked to be okay after taking the redirect off the shoulder of Silliman quickly into the hand. FSU going the other way now. Quick shot deflected by Florida. Now going the other way. Gators in the orange. Left to right, trying to make something happen and give themselves a 2-goal advantage. Barreling in on net. FSU turns it away. Gets a stick out. Now they've got numbers. Back and forth play. FSU with a shot here. Jensen, deflected again, battle for it, and Florida dumps it out. FSU recollects. Ton of traffic in front of the net, can't get through as FSU dumps it again. Now Bremer, and they'll have to race down ice with it as it goes past.
Yeah, the Gators on that side. Sorry for interrupting you. But Jensen was wide open on the right side of the ice. No one was over there. All 5 bodies were there.
Full substitution for Florida. Tristan Junga coming barreling down on net. Turned away. Matthew Silliman got the pad on it quickly. Big hit there from Junga, and the FSU player's outraged. Junga throwing his hands up saying, hey, what did I do? But
who's probably the only orange jersey there besides all of the bench there. Both FSU players crossed the blue line before the puck even crossed over. Easy call for the officials to make.
We've mentioned how big of rivals these two teams are. You see it across all the sports, and you see it again here today in Jacksonville. A lot of scrappy play, bumping and grinding on both sides of the ice between the two teams.
It's been a spectacle. It's been a spectacle in one of the main cities in Florida.
Certainly has, as we're awaiting the call. Jacksonville, one of the most beautiful beach towns here in Florida. I quite love it as an out-of-stater myself, learning the landscape. You know, Matt, learning the landscape. And Jacksonville, a prime destination for some Saturday hockey.
It's been it's been a lot of action so far. In a 2-1 game, you don't think there's not much offense, but especially when these two teams play, there's fireworks all over.
So after Junga seemed to be at fault, it'll actually be a power play for Florida. Andrew Bremer, the culprit, heading to the box once again.
This is a huge point in the game for the Gators. There's 6 minutes left, and now you have a power play. This is precious time that the Seminoles could be using in the offensive zone.
6th power play for the Gators, looking for a shot to give themselves a 2-goal lead. Quick shot there, turned away. Off the stick of Nico Retton, redirected up high into the glass. Teams fighting for it as the Gators have a 5-on-4 advantage. Pass. Duncan now to Retton on the right side. Back to Duncan at the point. Quick slap shot. Retton, cross net. FSU corrals it, but Florida right there quickly, keeping it in the offensive zone. Duncan, Junga, Retton, back out in front. Loose puck. FSU with it now. Florida players battling for it. Back and forth, FSU gets it after the first minute of the power play, coming down the ice now, trying to kill this off.
Good offensive zone pressure by the Gators so far. Even though they really didn't generate that many shots on goal, it's been good for the Gators so far on this man advantage.
Quick shot there from Renton, sticked away by an FSU defender. Now going the other way. Gators poking it out of Luke Collins' grasp. With 38 seconds on the power play, what can they do?
Now, if you're FSU, you're probably sending some of your better offensive guys here, too.
Renton streaking down net, quick shot. Turned away off the pad of Silliman. FSU with control of it now. 20 seconds left on the power play. Time dwindling for Florida to convert. Battle for it right in front of FSU's bench, and they come away with it. Now Florida strips them. Hugh Lay streaking down on net. Quick shot, pass. Nothing doing there.
It's this third line again. They've been really good so far throughout this game, and Leahy's been a name we've been saying a lot too.
Man advantage gone for Florida. 5-on-5 hockey once more. Shot ripped around the backside as the Gators will have to go race for it. Quinn Hitchcock gets to it first, but FSU right there, 2-on-1. One man to beat, quick shot, in! No! It's a save from Olnick. It looked to get through the 5-hole, but Olnick said no.
My jaw's on the floor. What a save by Olnick. He's been a brick. They can call him, new nickname for him, Brick Wall Brock. What a save by him, sprawling out 2-on-0 right in front of the net. And Brock says, I don't think so.
Jensen made the extra pass to Bremer, who was right in front of the net. Olnick looked to seem like he had it through his 5-hole, but then looked down and the puck was in his glove. 2-1 Florida leads with 4 minutes remaining in the third period, looking to take a key AC/DC matchup here in the battle for Jacksonville. Quick shot, covered up easily by Olnick, and he has been outstanding today.
He should be one of the stars of this game, especially for the Gators. He's been phenomenal so far. Brick Wall Brock with another routine save right there, but he's been great.
Back to that 2-on-1 chance. Jensen went right across net, and the quick reflexes of Olnick stuffed Andrew Bremer. Now Florida trying to stave off FSU for 3 minutes and 23 seconds to come away with a massive win in College Hockey South.
Now here comes decision time for the Seminoles. When do you pull Silliman to get the extra attacker on the ice? You're getting close to the end of the game. 3:19 left in this one. When do you pull him? This would be the real question. Don't see it yet so far. Silliman's still in the net. Looks like he's standing strong. Getting some word from his fellow teammates on the ice so far.
No goals here in the third period leaves Florida with a 1-goal advantage, 2-1 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here from Jacksonville. Keep a watch on Silliman to come out of the net and give an extra attacker for Florida State. 3 minutes to find the equalizer as Florida turns away a quick shot. Referee gets out of the way, and the Gators come streaking down. Sizing one up, goes wide. Looking for another shot. Quick across the net, Schreiberg almost had it, but FSU gets it. Turnover from Florida leads to Florida State going down the other way.
Yeah, FSU player lost a glove there. Could have been a call on Schreiberg for slashing, but not called by the refs.
Leahy gets in the way of it and gets it out to center ice. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. FSU going down into the offensive zone now. Silliman stays put with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Trying to get something going and find the equalizer. Across the boards, Florida comes away with it. It's Schreiberg who sends it down ice for icing.
We're setting up for a real good finish so far in this one. A rivalry game, and it's 2-1 with 2 minutes left. Is there anything better than this right now? On a Saturday afternoon, we have some really, really good rivalry hockey right here in Jacksonville. We've been blessed. It's been a great game so far.
Nothing better than a close game between two college hockey South foes. 2-1, the Florida Gators lead it with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. So it's a quick timeout for FSU to try and organize themselves for one last push for the equalizer here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. And if you're on the FSU bench, Matt, what has got to be the message and what is the game plan to try and net the equalizer?
It's been all 3 goals today have been on deflections. They've been able to get players right out in front and put their stick on it. Maybe besides the Jensen goal where it was just a turnover right in front of the net, but still, get people in front, make Brock Olnick uncomfortable. That's the point that the FSU Seminoles need to do if they want to equalize this game.
Olnick has been a defensive stalwart all day. He's gone 33 for 34 on FSU's shots, with the lone goal coming in the second off the stick of Alex Jensen. You have to think that with fresh bodies because of the timeout now, they'd be looking for Alex Jensen again to try and get his second of the day and get everything level at 2.
Yeah, when you're the leading goal scorer, they need him to step up in this big moment. He's got 9 goals, including his 1 today. He can make it 10 right here, second on the game. Remember, the last time these two played, he had 3 in 1 game. So they're going to look for their main man probably on this in these last 2 minutes of the game.
4 goals in 5 periods of hockey against the Florida Gators for Alex Jensen of the Seminoles. So with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining, we're in store for a storybook finish here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Seminoles win the faceoff and dump it behind the net, trying to get something going. McGovern loses control of it as it skirts down the way. Dumped, and Florida gets it. Now going down. Silliman not able to come out of net with 1:40 remaining. It's another icing, which will put the face-off in Florida's zone.
Now we see some movement off that blue line. It's going to be Silliman talking to the bench. Don't know exactly what they're going to be doing, but he's way out in front in the other, looks like the other face-off circle on his right side. Really indecisive right now. Probably looking to pull him right about now, maybe at that minute 30 marker.
About halfway between the blue line and the net is Silliman, looking to come off the ice if Florida State can keep it in the offensive zone. Silliman to the bench. Quick shot, turned away. Florida trying to compose themselves. Extra attacker on for Florida State. Sent down the way, and Florida gets to it. One man to beat. Being poked and hacked with 1:20 left. Florida State looking for a last gasp to try and get this level at 2 goals apiece. 2-1, Florida leads it, 1 minute 10 remaining. Empty net still for Florida State, with the Seminoles corralling it. Coming down the way off the hands of Hugh Lay, sent down. Going towards the net, but goes just past it to the right. It was shot high into the air by Jaworski, looking for his second of the day. And with 55 seconds remaining, FSU with their last couple of chances here.
Yeah, these Jaworski and Leahy have been all over the place on the ice. Jaworski gets the goal, but Leahy has been everywhere. He's been exploding off the left and right sides, being able to do everything for the orange and blue today. Good game by him, even though it doesn't say in the stat sheet. He's been all over the ice, and he's been so phenomenal for this Gators team, and they've really needed it. The whole third line has been great, too.
Amidst a flurry of Florida State shots, Jaworski has found the moments to get the puck back into the offensive zone and create chances for Florida, doing an impressive job on that third line. He's the points leader for the Gators, netted his 7th goal of the day, and could come away as one of the heroes if the Florida Gators can finish the job. 55 seconds remaining in the Battle of Jacksonville. With a win, the Gators would move to 9-4. If FSU were to equalize and win, 5-2 on the season.
This is a huge last 55 seconds of this game. Almost like you can cut the tension in here with a knife. It's been a great game both sides, a good defensive game, hard fought by both sides. So it's going to be go to the team who's earned it the most, and both sides have really have their stake in it. So we'll see what happens in the last 55 seconds right here.
The two rivals just situated a few hours apart have been bumping and grinding all day. Who will come away with it? We'll find out in 55 seconds here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Quick shot off the stick of Jack McGovern. Olnick trying to cover up, and he does. It came out in front of him after the shot from McGovern, redirected by another FSU stick in front of Olnick, and he gets the glove down.
Yeah, there was just tons of bodies in front right there. McGovern was trying to look for a redirect right in front, but Olnick says no again.
Collins wins the faceoff for FSU. Now at the point, McGovern to the left. Trying to get a quick shot. 40 seconds left in the game. Attempting to make something happen. FSU on the side, Jack McGovern. Florida fighting for it. It's Bodie Duncan who gets it away. Now going down the way. Owen Farink keeps it in play for Florida. Florida State with 20 seconds now. Gators lead at 2-1. FSU with a last gasp. Alex Jensen streaking towards the net. Collins in the middle. Dumps it off. Quick shot from McGovern. Blocked away by Florida. Sent down ice. And it goes straight into the net for another Florida goal. The Gators will win the battle for Jacksonville as the dagger seals it.
Every single Gator that was on the ice right there swarmed over to, I believe, that was Zhang, I believe, on the goal scoring. Did the tomahawk chop as a little insult to injury for this FSU team, and did it to all the fans too. So some bad blood right there. At the end, Gators get to do some taunting right there too.
Nico Renton puts the cherry on top of a beautiful day for the Florida Gators. 3-1, Florida leads it. With this face-off, just a formality, 4 seconds left on the clock. The final seconds will tick off, and the Gators will go home victors back to Gainesville with Nico Renton netting the final goal. Florida wins 3-1 and takes the battle for Jacksonville from FSU. So the Gators advance to 9-4 with impressive performances from Connor Jaworski and Nico Renton late to win it 3-1 from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena.
Now, if I'm the Gators right here, you want to know what I'm doing? I'm going out and getting Brock Olnick a nice dinner on the entire team. He put the team on his back tonight. 35 saves for him. 36 shots on goal for him, and the only one was a defensive breakdown where FSU had a prime chance, 3-on-1, to score on them. They did cash in as both teams go to the handshake line. Olnick leading the way. He was insane tonight for this Gators team. Have a day.
Leading the handshake line and leading the team to victory. Olnick turns away 35 of Florida State's 36 shots in a standout performance to cement Florida's lead at the top of ACDC hockey in the College Hockey South Division. 3-1 the final from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena in the battle for Jacksonville here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. But don't go anywhere, because on the other side of this short break, we'll give you our 3 stars of the game and a quick breakdown of everything that happened today here from Jacksonville. Gators take it down 3-1. Don't go anywhere. Back here from the battle for Jacksonville at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena as the Florida Gators come out victors 3-1 the final in a massive, massive brawl between these two teams. The Gators get ahead with a goal in each period to win it here from Jacksonville. Matt, an impressive showing from the entire team. Tell us your 3 stars of the game.
I want to just start from the bottom, give it to the entire third line. Way to step up. It seemed like every single time we were giving compliments to the Gators, it was to the players on that third line. It was Seaman, you had Leahy, and then Jarowski, who had the goal for that third line. The first goal of this game was scored by him. He came up huge, the entire third line did. Let's go to that second star, Nico Renton. Sounds like Mikko Rantanen. No, he had a goal and an assist, and excluding that empty netter at the end to ice it away for the Gators. And that first star, we've been talking about him all night. Brick Wall Brock. What a game from him. 35 for 36 on the saves and that one goal. 3-on-0 defensive breakdown for the Gators. So have a night, Brock Olnick.
Brock Olnick was especially impressive today. Saved a big 2-on-1 opportunity, and he was very, very composed, and that leads the Gators to a win. 36 shots for FSU, 35 of them turned away by Olnick, as the Gators are presented the trophy on ice for the battle for Jacksonville, coming out winners today. Nico Renton, an impressive performance as well. 2 block shots, an assist, and a goal, getting his name all over the score sheet, both defensively and offensively for Florida. Gators win it 3-1. Quick box score recap. 6 penalties for Florida State for 12 penalty minutes. 5 for Florida, 10 penalty minutes. Very, very scrappy between these two teams. How did you like the Gators' physicality today, Matt? And were you impressed by how aggressive they were?
Yeah, at the start of the game, we were kind of seeing FSU be the aggressive team, kind of bumping and grinding their way through this Gators team. And as the game kind of picked up along, the Gators able to really match them and even outdo them in physicality. So good adjustment by the Gators, especially when it's something like physicality in a rivalry game. You know, energy is flowing, you got them going at each other. But good adjustment by the Gators to really match their physicality and even overpower them at some points.
And great job from head coach Steve K to get his adjustments in the first intermission. You saw Florida State take advantage on faceoffs, on physicality all over the first period, out-dueling Florida 11-10 in shots. Then in the second period, 23-16, but they were much more physical. How proud of this team do you think Steve K is today?
Oh, he's probably going to go around and get them drinks on him, I would say, tonight. Maybe not, but no, he's probably beaming with excitement from a great team effort from the Gators. Good win for them.
Steve K giving the trophy a kiss on the ice as the Florida Gators exit battle for Jacksonville champions. 3-1 the final. Gators come away with a massive win. They advance to 9-4 on the season, 9-1 in ACDC play. The sole loss came against FSU in the battle for the beach. Today they get their revenge. FSU falls to 4-3 on the season. Took the battle for the beach after beating Florida and FAU in the championship, but could not come away winners today. So the Florida Gators maintain their hold on first in the standings for ACDC and College Hockey South. That will do it today from Veterans VyStar Memorial Arena in the battle for Jacksonville. The Gators take it down 3-1. For Matt Montalto, myself, Charlie Jones, our camera operator, Reagan Brosnahan, and our director of engineering, Caroline Walsh, thank you so much for sticking around with us today on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Make sure to find out about everything UF Hockey on Instagram at UF Hockey and at UF Hockey D3, and for our future broadcasts at OBSN Gators on Instagram. Saying so long from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena as the Florida Gators take it 3-1 in the battle for Jacksonville. Thank you so much, go Gators, and have a great night.